Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of the 1 Ounce Whale Weekly Videocast. As you can see, I've changed my surroundings a bit. Last week I was filming in my dirty, disheveled room. I'm just gonna try to make things look a little bit better as time goes on. So let's just get right into it. A lot of wildlife I came into contact while walking on different trails. A lot of small amphibians and insects get stuck trying to cross and they kind of freeze. And that's no fault of their own, but a lot of times they get stepped on or snatched up by the neighborhood dogs, so I try to move them out of the way. A lot of times they don't really see that as a benefit. They don't really like you, they just see you as another predator. So you always have to be aware of that. I actually came into contact with 2 moths that were mating right on the side of a sidewalk, and I was afraid that a dog or a squirrel would snatch them up and eat them, so I wanted to move them maybe to a place where they could finish mating. I don't know if they normally do it up in the trees and they had fallen down, or if they normally do it on the ground. But as soon as I tried to intervene, they kind of broke apart and they started this weird shaking motion. So maybe they were warming up and getting ready to fly away from a perceived predator. A lot of the stuff I filmed was actually filmed on the Potomac River. It's a nice venue. There's a lot of avian wildlife. There are a lot of different types of insects right off the trail. Unfortunately, there were also quite a bit of horsefly. They would just swarm and start cutting into my skin, so that was irritating. Not all of my filming actually took place outside. I actually did some indoor shooting for the Department of Interior. It might sound like a bad idea, and it probably is, but I actually put some water out in the backyard because mosquitoes lay their eggs in stagnant water and the larvae come out. Although they're disgusting, they're also mildly interesting. If you just look at a size comparison, you can see how small they start and how big they get before they metamorphose into an intermediate stage and then finally into an adult mosquito. And finally, I worked on doing some more time lapses. Not all of them were necessarily successful. Some plants just refused to grow. Some actually rotted instead of growing. And every so often I would get results. So it's just a trial and error with a lot of these different subjects that I'm trying to film. Alright, that's all for this week. Stay tuned for next week's podcast. Alright, that's about it. See you guys later.